And tonight, of course, a friend of mine, a business guru, event guru, entrepreneur, she is joining me tonight for the first time in my kitchen. We are going to talk about one of the biggest topics that women gossip about, but tonight we are laying it bare on our table. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much, Ayanda.
Thank you so much. Nolwazi, I personally know you. I know that you are a big girl in the industry, in the business world. You've made well for yourself. You are recognized everywhere you go. Your face, you've made name for yourself through Nolwazi Communications. But now, why do men get so intimidated by powerful women, women who have made it, women who has all their stuff together?
I think my take on that is that society has changed. Our economy has evolved.
Yeah.
Women are now empowered. Women have a lot to offer society. We are no longer the barefoot woman pregnant in the kitchen.
True that.
You know, we are educated. We are developed as an individual, as a woman, and women have now become a voice in the country in our society.
We are empowered from a young age through a very unpleasant circumstances, like your childhood homes.
Yes, childhood homes.
You raised that, and I was like, wow, I never thought of it like that. Tell me more about that.
Well, a woman by nature is very strong. When God created us, He made us very strong.
Of course.
Hence, we're able to multitask, we're able to carry a lot. And you find that some women, it comes from as deep as when there's childhood homes. It's a sore issue in our society. That it's a reality that we face. And you find that she would have to have been strong from when she was young, looking after the brothers, the sisters, and everybody else at home, because there is no mother, there is no father, through unforeseen circumstances. And now here is this young girl that has had to grow up and be a woman in her teenage years.
She already has this strength.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
All she knows is to be strong, because she's had to be strong for her little brothers and sisters. And so growing up, no one has had to teach her that she can show a soft side to herself.
She's got it. You know?
Yes.
Now, tell me, so when now she is grown and everything, she has to start a family of her own. This is where the problem starts. She's a CEO of her company. She owns her own cars, her company. She has to build a family.
Yes.
And then we go back to the word. And the word of God says, women, submit to your husbands. Do you think maybe, just maybe, sometimes we have a challenge when we have to separate the two?
Sometimes we women can be at fault.
Yeah.
Where you take yourself from being a CEO in the boardroom and you bring yourself to being a CEO at home. That never works. A man remains the head of the household. And that's where we can sometimes lose it as women.
I get you, girl. But now, tell me something. In a scenario whereby a man is respected and he is respected as the head of the family, but being intimidated to go into marriage. They are dating, a girl and a boy. They are dating, but the girl is powerful. She has the money. She has everything. Why do men, 90% of the time, we cannot hide these things because it's time that we talk about them. Why do men always back off from such women? Because this is why we're here today. Why do men feel so inferior or intimidated about such women?
With some men, it's a very great reality right now that we do face as women who are independent, who are hardworking. When we say we love someone, and they just don't believe us. Instead, they become intimidated by who we are.
And what you have.
And what you have. So you try by all means as a woman to just keep lowering yourself and lowering yourself to brush his ego. But there are some men that can't handle it. They think they can, but they can't.
Who cannot handle that?
Yes. Reality is there are men who can't. But there are men who appreciate women, who are successful, who are independent, who are their own person. In fact, the way that society has evolved now, men actually appreciate women who are independent, who are their own person first, because times are different now.
Okay, the stats. Let's come to reality, Nolwazi. Let's come to reality. Most women who are independent and who has made it in life, who has everything, they are not married. Is it by choice? Is it a choice thing? Let's just look at yourself. You are a very successful woman. Why aren't you married? Like,
I'm still waiting for Mr. Right. I'm still waiting.
Don't you think sometimes men, they look at you and think, how am I going to match up her standards?
Absolutely. Absolutely, that does happen, and unfortunately, it's what we have to deal with. And I'm a prayerful woman, so all I can do is pray and wait for my husband, for example. But it's a sore point for many women because they do want to settle, they do make compromises.
Definitely.
They want to be with someone just for purely for love, and they just don't get it. So I think it just goes with timing, the right time for you to meet the right person who can appreciate who you are, who can accommodate the type of person that you are, who cannot feel threatened by the strong, powerful woman that you are, and instead embrace that and lift you up to be an even better person than you currently are at that particular point in time when they do meet with you. Men are gradually gravitating towards that now, but it's still a transition because, again, a man is supposed to be a provider. So if you now are the strong woman, it kind of it plays on a bit of their ego. They feel like they tend to feel intimidated by that how can a woman be far more progressive than I am. And so it does play on that a bit, but the man has to find himself first and know,
be strong
and know who he is for him to not feel intimidated, but rather to appreciate that quality in a woman.
Okay, so as we talk, I'm getting a sense that women don't have to compromise their level to actually accommodate the level of the men they are dating. That's what you're saying? We don't have to compromise our levels?
I'd say know when to be submissive, but not to compromise, not to lower yourself.
Not to lower
compromise
yourself.
Because you do need to compromise in a relationship, but not to lower yourself.
You know what? After the break, we are going to be talking more about this topic. Let us just sip our tea because I cannot wait to see the ending of this conversation.
Hello, my name is Yemi Alade and you're watching Ritevac TV.
Yo, what's up? It's Kuli Chana, the Don Kuliado, representing SA, and you're watching Ritevac TV. Right back at you. Peace!
You are still at Tea Talk and Tissues in my kitchen with Ayanda Ngwane. Ngihleli noNolwazi Mashabane of Letulwazi Communications. We are still on that topic. Nolwazi, tell me, independent women, do we at some point, because I'm an independent woman myself, do independent women at some point tends to mother their partners? Does it happen that we go an extra mile to actually protect the relationship or to make our partners comfortable?
I would say generally, naturally, as a woman, we have that side to nurture in us.
True.
So when generally as women, when we get into a relationship, we are very committed. We are very committed human beings, and you know, we obviously nurture, we look after the relationship, we tend to be overly protective of that relationship.
That leads me to my next question. Do we go an extra mile? Do you think maybe sometimes or most cases we go an extra mile just to sometimes we're not aware that we're going an extra mile to actually do the nurturing. You understand?
Yes.
Have you had an incident in your past relationships where you've had maybe experienced a scenario where you found yourself that but yeah, I should have ended here, but look at me, I went 4, 5, 6.
You know, there's a very thin line between over nurturing and going over the line.
I get you.
And it happens to a lot of women. Now, let's be real here.
Always, girl, always.
This is an issue that is faced by many women.
You could say
And
90% of women.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And some will hide it, but it's a reality. It happens. A lot
And
of
we
them
have to
hide
talk
it.
about it.
Oh, yes.
Yes, girl.
So women tend to find themselves where they are over nurturing and over accommodating and looking after this relationship to a point where she invests herself not only emotionally, spiritually, but also financially.
Oh my God.
That happens to a lot of women.
Yeah.
And it still happens today,
Yeah.
where we find ourselves buying a relationship in essence without actually realizing it. And from
But Lwaz, tell me something. Buying my partner a simple bracelet and a watch, is it different from buying him a house?
absolutely
Okay.
buying him a watch, a tie, cufflinks,
Just a
anything,
gift,
just
a
a
minor
gift.
gift.
It's showing appreciation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a sentiment that you are giving your partner, which is okay. There is nothing wrong with that. The problem comes in when women start buying men houses, cars, because it happens, paying a man's rent, paying for a man's lifestyle. And in that way, you are enabling a certain type of behavior in a man.
In a man. Oh,
Now
my
he does
word.
not become...
Girl, are you telling me should I become a millionaire? Should I not buy my husband a penthouse?
Well-
or an island for that matter? I want to do that. I want to do that as a single girl.
It depends on the relationship.
Yeah.
Like you said, marriage. Marriage is a bit of a different platform to
Okay, let's
dating.
just before marriage. Let's leave marriage because when we married, we share everything. That's by the way.
Yes.
Let's talk about we just met and I'm buying you stuff. I'm buying you cars. I'm building your mother a house as my boyfriend. Girl.
That's a mistake. It's a no-no from word get-go.
So
It is
are
a
we
no-no.
saying we should draw a line as women?
We have to draw a line. We have to start loving and valuing ourselves more.
Okay,
as
I love
women.
him. He loved me back. He gave me so good. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then I want to keep him. Should I not buy these things? He's going to leave me. So what should I do?
So in that case, you are then buying the love that I was talking about rather than growing to fall in love with each other. And those type of relationships, it's very, very rare that it will last.
Men
Very
ask
rare.
us, girl. Men ask us. Can't I keep my man? Can't I just keep my man by buying him stuff?
I don't believe in
Yeah.
buying men stuff.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's a point where we can go overboard.
Yeah.
If I may bring this back to me, to be real, I've had an experience
Yeah.
where I've failed to draw the line, and through growing and talking with other women and talking perhaps with a most trusted family member, a mother, and so forth, you grow to learn that in that situation, sometimes you don't actually realize it, but somebody else,
You find yourself in there.
somebody else helps you to see, a faithful friend helps you to see that you are now going down a dangerous path. And although it was not that much, but I started doing things that I should not have been doing, because then we tend to enable certain behaviors.
So,
we make that
Lwazi,
mistake.
Are you saying if we find ourselves in relationships, somebody has to know about what is happening in the relationship? So that, because should I be buying my boyfriend, all these things, somebody has to know so that they can just say, girl, you're going too far.
I would say that would be up to you as an individual, whether you have a confidant that you like to talk to share, to bounce off. Because you know the world that we live in, you can't go talking about your affairs to everyone. So if you have your trusted person, in most instances, women will trust either their mother.
But now, I think we're coming to the bottom line. You are saying, at the same time, we don't have to bounce off everything that happens in our relationship. Should I find myself in the same predicament where I'm sinking in this situation because I keep on buying my boyfriend stuff, and then nobody knows that I keep on buying him stuff, because this thing goes as far as giving him some money for him to go and lobola me and actually marry me. So I'm marrying myself.
Or he could be taking your money and go and marry somebody else. That happens to a lot of women.
You know what? The reason why we as women end up being bitter, that is the whole reason. That is the whole reason we're sitting here sipping our tea right now.
I think a relationship is a very sacred and private thing. You as an individual, you are a grown woman. You know what is right, you know what is wrong. You know as a woman that a man is meant to be a provider. That was a God-given thing from the very beginning. And when you are, as a woman, you are seeking for a provider, a protector, a partner. And if you're in a relationship with a man, he should essentially be looking after you as a woman.
True that. Well, ladies, you know these things are happening within our families, within our communities, everywhere, within our workplaces. What do you think should happen? Hit us, DM us, email us, contact us, keep in touch with us with the details on your screen right now. What should happen? Where do we draw the line? Should we go all the way? If I have money, am I not supposed to take care of my baby? Or should I play my part as a woman and allow my man to play their part as the husband or the boyfriend, should I say so?
Africa's #1 online TV channel, Ritevac TV.